What's going on, guys? It's your girl Nae, and you are locked into Trending. And today I have a very special guest, rising star in the Punjabi industry, the one and only Juss Nandhra. Welcome to BritAsia TV.
Thank you for having me.
You're so welcome. It is so great to have you here. Now we're going to get straight into it, get to know you, because I feel like online there's not a lot. We want to know more. We want to dig deep. So yeah,
let's go.
We're going to start with your childhood, musical influences. Where did the love for music really start?
Love for music started from a very young age, since I was like probably 4 years old. Just been into like watching people that play instruments and stuff. So after that, like around, I think it was around five years old, yeah, I started learning tabla.
No, 5 years old?
Yeah, literally, yeah. And then after that, I didn't learn it for too long, but it got me started in the basics. And after that, went and learned Dol. That was my main instrument. Learned from Ministry of Dol, Pripal.
Yeah.
After that, basically just started playing with with other groups and stuff like that. Gigging around like UK, abroad and stuff like that as well. So, yeah, really just from there, and then listening to loads of influences from parents and Bollywood, Punjabi and stuff like that. So yeah, there's loads of things in the mix there.
So you started off with more of like an instrumental background rather than the vocals and the singing. So when did the singing come into play?
Singing came into play. Do you know what? My dad wanted me to get into singing from a very young age, and he actually took me to someone. And the first song he made me learn was Surjit Bandrakia's Teddy Teddy Takadi Tum.
Yeah.
That was the first song I learned. I was really shy at the time. Didn't really want to get into it. I was just doing it because I was being told to do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, after that, learning Dol and then going to gigs, I sort of took a step back from doing like the mainstream sort of gigs and went into playing Dol for a folk Bhangra team. And the folk Bhangra team, they do the Bhangra and then they do live Bolniyan. So I was playing Dol with live Bolniyan, which is like my passion. Yeah. Because I love listening to like old school folk Bolniyan, like Surjit Bandrakia, Kuldeep Manak, Chamkila, Surinder Shinda, that loads of people on the list. From there, I was just like wanting to start singing myself as well, just for the fun of it. And even now, it's for the fun of it. I'm not really taking it that never really thought of it like, oh, this is going to be my career or anything like that. I want to be a singer. It's just for the fun of it. And then, yeah, just jamming all the time at gigs, singing, jamming, playing Dol, singing here and there, whatever. And then slowly, people started saying, oh, you got a good voice. Like,
who was the person that first discovered the voice though? Did you discover it yourself? Like, who was the one person that first heard you sing and was like, oh my God, he can sing?
Do you know what? I actually don't remember like that, but it must have been at one of the gigs that I was playing at. We were just jamming together. We start singing because I love watching everyone else's vibe. And me being an instrumental person, I play the instruments and I'm watching the people sing and having a vibe. And it's just like, for me, it's like a proper energy that I'm connected with. But from there, wanting to sort of sing myself. Yeah. And then I think it was like one of my close friends, the guy who actually played, who actually runs the actual Bhangra shows. He actually sort of said to me as well, like, yo, get into it. And then two brothers started making music at the same time and get into it,
So you were always very low-key before this. Like, we knew your brother, and then you just popped out on the scene. And I feel like it was one of them, if people knew you, they knew you. But the people that didn't, it was like, oh my God, H has a brother, he can sing, he's got this track now. So at that point, where all of a sudden you're blown into this like fame, and now everyone wants to know who you are, how did you handle that? Coming from like such a low-key background?
Yeah, I'm very low-key. Like, I like being low-key from day dot. It's not really a thing of mine where I want to, before I obviously got into this, like wanted to get like famous and stuff like that, I like keeping my business private. But going into this industry, you have to sort of get yourself out there. So for me, again, like brother came up on the scene as well, and he's in the Bhangra scene, being a captain for Leicester Bhangra team, and obviously dancing with like big top teams like Wasta Punjab. the background and sort of support and the team and network we have around us, they sort of influence us both together to get into what we're doing right now. So yeah, it's not really something I take as like, oh, I'm famous right now. I'm still at the start of my journey. I'm still learning so many things. So yeah.
But what about the attention then? How are you dealing with the attention, let's say?
For me, I tell everyone, it's like nothing's changed. Like for me, I'm the same person because I can't take it in at the moment. For me, it doesn't really like matter.
Feels a bit surreal.
Yeah, a bit. But at the same time, loads of people come up and they say hello and stuff like that. I don't really take it in like, oh, like I'm that person or whatever they're thinking in their mind. But for me, I'm like, yeah, I'm still that same guy from ends like from Southall, just chilling. Yeah.
Okay.
Really.
So we've got a lot of new talent on the rise. Like so many people, even like for example, Raf, people in Canada. And they're all experimenting with like different sounds. Like you've got people going down the hip hop route, people going down like the more vibey R&B route. You've stayed very folk. Yeah. So why was that?
It's just what I like. Like my background, my tradition, my roots, I'm connected to that. And that's what I want to sort of bring to everyone. Again, it's all trial and error. It's not like, oh, I'm perfect and I want people to know this is what the sound is and stuff. I'm still trying out, but for me, I can say to myself, it's my opinion that I've got a good ear for music. I've not just listened to Punjabi music, I've listened to all sorts of like cultures, Arabic. I love Arabic music. And you can go into South African house, you can go to South African sort of actual traditional music, Portuguese, like different areas, classical music, Qawwali, Bollywood, like everything I listen to. So it comes back down to like, there's so many other influences out there, but what I'm trying to do is bring that traditional sort of side of things, but in a way where it can be presented in different genres. It doesn't have to be presented in the same old typical hip hop sort of rap and stuff like that. It can be presented in amapiano.
Which you did with your last track?
Exactly. Not many people caught onto it, but I've been listening to amapiano from like 5 years ago, way before it was mainstream. Because of my friend that I used to live out with at uni. He's from Portugal and half Mozambique, so he used to tell me like all these like crazy sort of tunes, and I got into like Black Coffee, if people know, Buddy Satwa, loads of like sort of South African house DJs. And then from there I sort of started learning into like, oh, this like Punjabi, you can put Punjabi into this and you can do this and you can like start connecting all the dots. And from there, it just my sort of creative side grew. So yeah, there's a lot of tracks coming out where I feel like not many people have tried them. And I'm not scared to do it because, again, I'm doing it for fun, trial and error. I'm not in competition with no one, so
Okay, talking about new music, is there any exclusives you can give us? When can we expect something new?
You would be expecting our next tune with my brother H. Early next year, I'd say. It's going to be a follow-on from Talk of the Town. Nice. It's going to be a bit more dissy. But yeah, I hope you guys sort of like it because we're going to blend a different style to it. But yeah, next year. Early next year.
We'll be looking forward to that. So I know you keep saying like you're doing it for the fun. You're not really, too bothered about the clout and the fame. But is there a pressure when you're putting out sounds that people haven't necessarily heard or are new? Because even like when AP came out, his whole sound was so new in the industry that at first people were kind of like, what is this? And then they kept listening. They were like, oh, actually, this is a vibe. Do you ever feel that pressure that I'm bringing something new? Are people going to vibe?
At the moment, no. Because I feel like your life and what you do and what your journey is your own experience. So you shouldn't be influenced a lot by what everyone else is saying because you got to try what you want to do. Because if you start going off on what like other people wanting to do and what they like and stuff like that, you do have to a certain extent, but you have to try what you want to do.
We're now joined by Juss's brother, H Nandhra. You know him. He made that viral track that we all knew, your remix.
Oh yeah.
Which one is it that I'm talking about?
It's called 2:44 AM. It went quite viral on TikTok.
It did. It did. So you kind of came into the industry before your brother.
Yeah.
So when obviously just said, okay, let's make this track, or whichever way it went, What was that like?
So he's kind of said this before in like a previous interview. So the way it happened was, so I got connected to a lyricist in India. His name's Munna. He's the one who wrote the track "Talk of the Town," and so I was just sending my beats over to him, you know, just to like make something over it. And he sent me a composition and lyrics over it, and I quite liked it. And I was dropping him somewhere, and then I showed him in the car, and I was like, "There's this track. Do you wanna do something on it?" He quite liked it. I liked it, and then from there we just agreed like, let's record this. Let's go ahead with it. So that's how it kind of came about.
So it was all very organic.
Yeah.
No gimmicks, no nothing.
Yeah. Prior to that, like, we started, you know, just jamming in the studio. Like, we made a few covers, which are not released, but we've got them as well.
Yeah.
Somewhere
in the bank.
We've got them, and so that was like the first initial time where we actually decided that we're gonna make a song together. But yeah.
So how did you get into the producing side of everything? Because you're a dancer too.
Yeah. So it actually did start with my bhangra.
Yeah.
So I started dancing in like 2016 before I went to uni, and through that, but obviously when you dance, when you do competitions, there's like these bhangra mixes that you hear as well. And I really loved them because when you dance, you get that energy, and I was like, I really want to make these mixes and do it for other people so they're dancing to my mix. So I started making these mixes, just teaching myself how to mix, and then did that for a few years. And then I was like, do you know what? I want to actually start producing now, rather than, you know, mixing something that's already made with something that's paid.
Yeah.
I want to actually produce the beat myself.
Yeah.
So it's been a few years now. I've been teaching myself how to produce music, and
mad.
Yeah.
So everything's self-taught.
Yeah, everything's self-taught.
Do you know
Mostly,
what?
yeah.
Just to interrupt here.
Yeah.
I've been watching him since he started learning. Every day, like when coming back, like I'm going into the living room, he's just watching YouTube videos on like producers on like how to do this, how to do that.
Yeah.
For every other day, I'm just watching that, and this was like a couple of years ago, and obviously from what he learned to where he is now, it's huge progression.
Mad.
Yeah, I mean, when you do it yourself, I feel like you build your own sound as well. You can have an start. Obviously, that's great as well. People learn from people. But I feel with that, especially in production, if you're learning from someone directly and they're teaching you everything, you kind of just naturally, organically copy their sound.
Exactly, yeah.
And then you kind of go after that sound. So I'm kind of glad. I would have done it in a less amount of time if I did learn from someone. But I'm glad I did it because I've kind of got my own sound and I can do whatever I want to do. I'm still learning. There's still a lot for me to learn still, but yeah, we'll get there soon.
That was one of my next questions, actually. Like, how did you find your sound?
So it's from influences. I've had a lot of influences from, like, same as my brother, like Punjabi folk, hip hop as well, old school hip hop. We were just listening to it on the way. We're jamming to it on the way here.
Yeah.
Old school hip hop, even new school, like, well, we say old school, which was like your Ice Cube days and stuff, and then newer than that was
old school. Oh my God, I feel so old.
Well, there's obviously older than that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then there was newer stuff like 50 Cent, Eminem, and then
the new stuff is 50 Cent.
Well, compared to like Ice Cube, NWA, it's like 2000s, and then now there's Drake as well. So throughout the year, I listen to everyone and get influenced by like a lot of these artists, which obviously influences my music as well, because there's so much stuff, so many ideas that you can put together. It's literally endless what you can do.
Yeah,
it's like a blank canvas and you could just paint whatever you want.
We spoke to Juss about like the pressures and everything. Do you ever feel that as a producer, like what do the audiences want to hear?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like as a producer there's less of a pressure in terms of compared to a singer, because they've got the image there and stuff like that. We're less, you know, our faces are shown less. So if
you're in his video? What do you mean?
This is my brother, innit? Obviously. But yeah, we've got less of a pressure, but there is kind of still, you know, you want to make the beat bang, because if the beat doesn't hit, then the song's not gonna, you know, sound good. So there is kind of like a pressure there, but I'm quite confident in myself in what I do. When I make like a song, I make about 20, 30 versions of the song in different styles, and make sure I listen to each version about 100 times. Literally, when I'm on the way to work, like a 2-hour drive, I would the whole 2 hours. I just listened to one little
Really?
1 minute clip that I've made. That's what I was doing today as well. So literally, that's what I do. Like, people don't realize, as producers, you have to listen to your stuff. We're very like critical in our own work. So.
And I guess you're listening to different parts of the song as well.
Yeah.
And
yeah. So a lot of producers will know that when they're listening to another song, like someone else's song, they'll pick out parts like, this instrument here or something like that. And then not even off, like, then that sounded quite cool.
Yeah.
And then you speak to someone that doesn't really do music, but just a listener, and you're like, I was like, did you hear that? They're like, what are you on about? Like, we didn't hear anything. I was like, okay, cool. But it's those little things which you add to your production, which makes the whole production good. It's like these minor details, which is very important.
Now, coming to that topic,
Yeah.
and we can see that there's a lot of quality in both of your work, right? So this is a question for both of you. Do you ever feel there's a pressure to keep pushing the music out? Because we see a lot of artists kind of fall into that trap where they feel like they have to constantly release. Because people and the consumers, they just want constantly, like, maybe they've enjoyed your song for a week and they're like, okay, so what's next?
Yeah.
So is there that pressure that, we need to keep this coming? And is that where maybe the quality gets lost?
For me, from Talk of the Town, loads of people were sort of requesting, like, yo, what's next, and like, what's coming up. I've always taken my time with what I'm trying to do, because I don't want to just put something out there just for the sake of it, just because people want it. There is pressure there. I feel like there's more pressure on a singer than a producer, because the singer has to be, like, obviously out there.
You're the face.
Yeah, exactly. So again, for me, coming from a place where I'm just doing it for fun, I'm literally at the start of my journey, like coming forward with what I'm going to be bringing and stuff like that. Again, it's not like pressure like, people want to hear this, so I have to make that. It's more time, I want to make this, I want to show people like a different version of like a song in a different way. So, yeah.
I love that. What about for you?
So if you look at the industry, I think how it is in the industry, like you said, there is a pressure for each artist that when they release something, people just want something one after the other.
Yeah.
So that's like the trend now. So when someone drops something, like a month later, they're just dropping. But I think with us, and like my brother said, we don't really take that pressure on. So it's like what we enjoy doing. We do it in our own time. And it's a passion at the end of the day. We don't we want to take our time, make something that's quality, and then rather bring it out then.
Yeah.
But yeah. So
there's so many people that have like different opinions where it's like, oh no, you have to bring a track out by this time. If you're living your own life, like you bring it out whenever you want.
And it's almost like a rat race.
Yeah. Well, to other people, it might be, yeah. And for me, it's like, I don't really like.
You're not
I'm not in that sort of vibe, because if I don't vibe with someone's energy, it's like we stick to our own kind of thing. Yeah.
Obviously, I was going to say, obviously, we kind of know that we do have to keep releasing music, but it's not like we're going to release this and then 2 years later we're going to come back.
Yeah, of course.
Well, you still want to somewhat stay relevant. But yeah.
But you don't succumb to the pressure.
That's the point of it. Like we're not like getting pressure to release something at a certain date, basically.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And there's no quality, and you haven't listened to it 100 times in 100 different versions. Like, we don't want that. If H hasn't listened to it 100 times, I don't want to hear it.
Exactly.
So my last question for the pair of you: what's it like working together as brothers? Because you know how people say, don't bring your work home and this and that. So as brothers, do you ever clash? Or is there that comfortability where you can say, for example, I don't like that beat, and you can be like, you didn't hit that note right?
Yes, okay. I mean, it's not really, for us, you said it's work, but it's more like a hobby and a passion than work.
And you guys keep saying, I do this for fun.
Yeah. Yeah, so we don't really see it as work, because it's like a 9 to 5 and you bring that stress home. So it is like a hobby. So it's something we do as a passion and for the love of the music. But in terms of, saying like, oh, you didn't do this, you didn't do that, it's not really like that with us. So it's like if I was to work with any singer, I would tell them like, oh, just redo that take again. So it's kind of like professional in that sense, but at the same time, it's like we're having fun with it as well. So he can tell me like, oh, just change the instrument. Maybe it will sound better. I'll try it. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. And then I'll say the same to him, like, try singing it in this style. Maybe it might, sound better. So it's bouncing off each other, right? Really.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Like, it's going off of that. It's like he might tell me, "Oh yeah, do that take," and it might be 10 times. Like, "Oh, you didn't get that bit right." That's the professional side of it because we know what we're looking out for. But at the same time, I might tell him, "Yo, that set pop, that beat. Do you know what? Stop it here and then bring something here instead." So it's like we're bouncing with each other, but it's never a thing where we're stressed about it. It's always fun. It's always fun to work with each other.
Yeah.
And I feel like working with someone, like we're blessed to be obviously brothers.
Yeah.
Working with someone else, people can experience as like you can't fully open up to someone.
Mm-hmm.
So being my brother, it's like, yo.
Younger brother.
Yeah, true.
I'm younger, by the way.
Guys, okay, we're debunking it right now. H is the younger brother. Okay, amazing. All right, so it is time for our first game of the show. Very easy. This is called Nae's Bolly Bowl, even though it's no glass. So you're going to pick out a piece of paper, going to say a word. You can either sing a line that has that word in it, or you can create a bolly. Right, okay. It's so easy, like it's so simple, like even I could do it.
Okay, all right, okay. We're going to let my brother
pick your words. Yeah. Teamwork, we love it.
Zul.
Zul? All right. We're thinking. Have no clue. I have no clue either.
Okay, I'm going to let you know now at the start of the game. You guys have one pass.
One pass? All right,
yeah.
Pass that one.
Okay.
Let's see.
H is the easy job.
Jat.
No.
Jatti.
Jutti. I thought it was Jutti as well. That U looks like an A.
Okay, so
Can we do a Jutti?
yes, we can do Jatti.
What Jutti do? Is that what?
What Jatti do you know?
Not like personally.
I can give you extra points if you make this up yourself.
Alright, cool. I've got something in mind.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put Jatti in there.
Okay, go on.
ਦੇਖੀ ਕੁੜੀ ਦੇਖੀ ਜੱਟੀ ਚੰਨ ਤੋਂ ਸੋਹਣੀ ਨਖਰਾ ਸੀ ਜੱਟੀ ਦਾ ਜੋਬਨ ਸੀ ਸਿਖਰ ਦੁਪਹਿਰਾ ਦਾਰੂ ਦੀ ਮੱਟੀ ਦਾ ਭਰ ਲੋ ਪੈਗ ਬੈਗ ਪਿਪਲ ਚੋਂ ਹਾਕਾਂ ਯੋ ਮਾਰਦੀ ਗਿੱਧੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਡਿੱਗ ਪਿਓ ਝਾਂਜਰ ਅਲੜ ਮੁਟਿਆਰ ਦੀ ਗਿੱਧੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਡਿੱਗ ਪਿਓ ਝਾਂਜਰ ਅਲੜ ਮੁਟਿਆਰ ਦੀ ਗਿੱਧੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਡਿੱਗ ਪਿਓ ਝਾਂਜਰੇ
Can I say one thing? I feel like even in your videos and your songs, don't do justice to your voice in real life.
Real life is different.
That is, I'm not the bass.
I feel like
I'm not the feelings. Oh my God, the voice is voicing, guys. Okay, next one.
Oh, another one. Okay.
Do you think it was just one and then we're done? Yeah. No. We're doing the whole bowl.
Chubby.
ਆਲਾ ਫੜ ਲੈ
I know.
ਆਪੀ ਜੱਟ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਸ਼ਰਾਬੀ
Sorry.
So hey, you got vocals on you too, yeah?
It's alright. Here's that. I do ad-libs.
Yeah, he's the ad-lib king.
Yeah, come on.
We love ad-libs. Okay, next.
What's that?
Gaddiyan.
Gaddiyan.
Just do GT road there. It's a truck, but still.
What do I put there?
Gaddiyan. Jazzy beat.
Which one?
I forgot.
ਆਇਆ ਮੈਂ ਗੱਡੀ ਮੋੜ ਕੇ ਆਇਆ ਮੈਂ ਗੱਡੀ ਮੋੜ ਕੇ ਆਇਆ ਮੈਂ ਗੱਡੀ ਮੋੜ ਕੇ ਆਇਆ ਮੈਂ ਗੱਡੀ ਮੋੜ ਕੇ
So we know.
Hey, she's just happy to be here.
I'm just happy to be so I mean, ad-libs in the back, yeah?
Yeah.
Mashuk. Oh, I don't know about that.
Come on, Mashuk is a good one. I think you can make something up yourself here.
You really want us to make something without it?
Yeah. Because then what's going to happen is I can feature in the video.
What's that? What's that? Said do me and my girlfriend. Jatadi.
ਉਹ ਜੱਟ ਦੀ ਮਸ਼ੂਕ ਬੀਬਾ ਰਸ਼ੀਆ ਤੋਂ ਜੱਟ ਦੀ ਮਸ਼ੂਕ ਬੀਬਾ
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the ad-lib.
Yeah.
Are we actually doing the whole bowl?
Yes.
We can't.
He's got such a voice that we need to do it.
Camera.
Camera.
Say it in the Punjabi way, and that might help you.
What? It's hard when you're on the spot and you're thinking about it.
Hey, you're not the one singing.
No, but
You know, I'm gonna keep quiet.
he's helped me.
This is usually H is being me when there's only one artist, and he's like, this is so hard.
you have to help me out.
Camera. What about Drake?
I was literally gonna say that. I was gonna say Camera's by Drake.
I'm thinking of She Look Like a Star, but only on camera.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Good ones to go with.
Only on camera.
Yeah, that's a good album.
That was a very good album.
Wild hair. I know something, but it's not coming.
No, I swear to God, same. I know something, but it's not coming to my head right now.
No, I actually do. Wild out.
Okay, you know, since it's Christmas, you can have one pass.
All right.
You got a big one.
These be good.
Petition to get H to sing, guys. Gunnock.
Yeah.
Like wheat.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I know I've got one in my head.
But one.
Sorry, it's coming to me.
Come on. I'm sending you all the Gunnock vibes.
ਪੰਜਾਬ ਦਰਿਆਵਾਂ ਮਾਰਾ ਨਹਿਰੀ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਜੀ ਮੁੰਡਾ ਪਿੰਡ ਦਾ ਸੀ ਸ਼ਹਿਰ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਸ਼ਹਿਰੀ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਯਾਦ ਰੱਖ ਲੈ ਵਿਸਾਖੀ ਉਹਨੇ ਦੇਖਿਆ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਜੇ ਯਾਦ ਰੱਖਦਾ ਵਿਸਾਖੀ ਉਹਨੇ ਦੇਖਿਆ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਜੇ ਰੰਗ ਕਣਕਾਂ ਦਾ ਹਰੇ ਤੋਂ ਸੁਨਹਿਰੀ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਉਹ ਪਾਣੀ ਪੰਜਾਂ ਦਰਿਆਵਾਂ ਵਾਲਾ ਨਹਿਰੀ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਜੀ ਮੁੰਡਾ ਪਿੰਡ ਦਾ ਸੀ ਸ਼ਹਿਰ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਸ਼ਹਿਰੀ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ
I think that was alright.
Yeah?
I think that was
I
it.
sang in it. No, I'm joking. No, it was good.
It was like, she's like, yeah. No, that was absolutely amazing. I think you guys might be at the top of the list of winners of Bullies with Nae.
Really, that was okay.
That was really good.
It was bad, but
Just held it down. It's time for my favourite game of the show, Quickfire with Nae. Very simple, very easy. Okay, so this goes for both of you. You can't have joint answers, so you each have to answer. You're hosting a dinner. You can invite 5 people, dead or alive. It can be anyone. Who are you picking?
Muhammad Ali,
We've never had him.
50 Cent,
Yeah.
Drake,
Mm-hmm.
Khalid Marnik.
What a table, what a table. All right, H, you had a bit of time to think.
Khalid Marnik, Surinder Shindar. I'd also say Drake.
Yeah.
Okay, 2 people. What do I like? I'm gonna say a footballer. I'm gonna say Ronaldo. I like.
Okay, yeah.
And let's just say Jeff Bezos. Selena.
Wow, yeah, why not? Okay, favourite football team.
Arsenal. I don't watch football, but
United. Come on.
Who's the GOAT, Messi or Ronaldo?
I prefer Ronaldo, but I think Messi's better.
We could take that. Okay, so this can kind of go for both of you. Who would be your dream collab if there was one?
I'd love to collab with Gordon Williams at some point.
Yes. Okay, what about you?
Currently, I'd say Colin Ojala. 2 more I'd say at the moment that I really like is obviously Diljit. And I really like Sukha's stuff right now. Sukha is like, he's killing it.
He is killing it. Okay, so the weirdest food combination that you like?
It's your kheer. It has to be hot, not cold.
Are you going to say with roti?
No.
Okay, go on.
No, with jalebi. But the jalebi has to be orange and not the... No. There's
Not the one from Badfinger.
No, there's 2 types of jalebi. And you get the orange one. And then there's one that's... it's slightly more tangy. It's like a different sort of orange. It's more red.
Is this like a Southall thing?
I don't know. Because I've just seen like...
So kheer and jalebi.
Kheer and jalebi. People need to try that.
Okay, Juss, what about you?
I feel like I've got...
He's got the wrong one.
I'll go on for it.
Oh, God.
I know he likes pineapple on pizza.
That's not weird.
No, but...
That is not weird.
People,
that bad.
It's not. I don't... But a lot of people don't like... So I'm just saying. That's like sweet and...
That's not weird. That
It's
one of
not
the most
weird.
banging
It's
things.
not weird for us, but...
Okay, what's the worst chat line that's been used on you?
On me. I guess it's not more... It's like less of a chat line, but it's more like the person fumbled.
Like one.
They were inviting me to their birthday, which was at their house, right? And
I'm cringing already.
they were like, "You should come." I was like, "Yeah, I'll come." Right? If you invite me, cool. And then like about an hour later, they're like, "You coming to my birthday?" I was like, "Yeah, I'll come." They were like to me, "Do you want me there?" I was like, "Isn't it your birthday party in your house?" So yeah, it made me. It's a bit. I felt embarrassed.
Yeah,
For the embarrassing.
Guilty pleasures.
Oh, you go first. I'll answer the last one. Which one?
Guilty pleasure?
Guilty pleasures. I'd say sweets. I love sweets. I'm very,
Loves that.
but not chocolates. I like the tangy, like really sour Haribos. That's my kind of thing. Yeah.
I feel like I'm the same as well.
Sweets. Well, boring answer, guys.
It wasn't it.
Okay. Biggest ick.
I don't know. It's not really an ick. It just makes me cringe, which I guess it is an ick.
Yeah.
It's just when people think they're a bit funny and they laugh at their own jokes and they're trying to like come across as funny.
Try too hard.
It's like, yeah.
Yeah.
It was this one time it happened and it was actually on stage and someone asked, I'm not going to say it because it might expose people, but yeah, and they said something really not funny and really laughed and it was dead.
Oh, no.
Silent.
Yeah, sorry, I would die of secondhand embarrassment.
I know I was...
Oh, that's so bad. Okay, Juss, what's your biggest ick?
Do you know what? For me, I would say this, it might not be an ick, but it's like when I'm walking and people are walking slow in front of me.
That's a London thing. I'm sorry, that's such a London thing to say. No. Because in London, you know, if I go to London, yeah, I feel so pressured because I'm like, these people are going to hate me. Like, I need to be on the right side of the escalator. Like, it's so much pressure to go to London.
I've got one for it,
Go on.
which is more relevant in the past hour.
Go on.
When people drive slow.
Oh, I hate that too. I hate
On the way here, I was flashing everyone. Like,
Same.
get out of the way.
That's a London thing that I've adapted, the flashing. So, what is your guys' skin routine? Your skincare routine, what is it?
Mine's more simpler than his.
Go on.
And it's literally very, very simple.
Don't tell me soap and water.
No, so I get up, just put like a face wash or just
Nice.
very hot water.
Nice, yeah.
And then there's a specific cream
Yeah.
that I've been using for years.
Yeah. And what is it?
And I will reveal the secret. It's called Astral Cream. And it's the best one. It's the best one.
It's like the go-to.
Do you know what?
moisturiser.
You know what?
Still
I
moisturiser.
listen to it.
If you don't use Astral, you're not moisturised.
No, do you know what? A lot of people are going to roast me. A lot of my mates, they roast me for using that cream.
Why?
And you know what?
Astral
You know what?
is the best cream that you could use.
everyone
I
hates
spoke about that on TikTok today. Really? Yeah?
Yeah, Astral.
Synchronicities.
That's it. It's just water, Astral. That's it. Nothing else.
You should add more. But okay, just now, what's yours?
For me, I try to keep it simple.
Okay.
Once in a while, I like trying like different stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
That's
yeah,
it.
Man.
Yeah, man.
Astral cream.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
your intensive skincare routine is astral cream.
And then I might try like a charcoal base or.
If he's feeling fancy or whatever, you know. Okay, so Juss, we need to make you sing. So I want you to sing few lines of your latest track, Jugni, and bless our audience.
ਹੋ ਜੁਗਨੀ ਚਾਬੜੀ ਬ੍ਰਹਮ ਸੈਂਟਰ ਉੱਤੇ ਗਈ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਕਮਲਾ ਮੈਂ ਟੋਲਾ ਉੱਥੇ ਡਾਂਗ ਚਲਾਉਣੀ ਪਈ ਉਹ ਵੀਰ ਮੇਰੇ ਆ ਜੁਗਨੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੀ ਐ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਨਾਮ ਸਾਈਂ ਦਾ ਰਹਿੰਦੀ ਐ ਵੀਰ ਮੇਰੇ ਆ ਜੁਗਨੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੀ ਆ ਹੋ
Oh my God, I hope everyone at home is clapping right now because just what a voice.
Thank you, but I missed like.
It's fine, okay, I don't care what you missed, but it was amazing. Thank you guys so much for coming. It's been an absolute...
That's it. And giving us the time.
It's been great, it's been such a vibe. I think these guys might be my favourite guests of 2023. And hopefully we see you back in 2024. I'm so excited to see what you guys have in store for the future. I know you both have an amazing career ahead of you because what you brought out so far has been chef's kiss. So where can people find you guys if any of our audience don't know where to find you?
On TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Juss Nandhra. Search me up and...
Yeah, so mine's H Nandhra. So H Nandhra _. You gotta get the underscore in.
Get the underscore.
Yeah, same. TikTok, YouTube, Instagram.
Absolutely amazing. Thank you guys so much. And guys, that is all for today. You can catch me next week at the same time. Until then, keep it locked to BritAsia TV.